Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Davida with Medium of the Light Tarot. I am back with you with another pick a card reading for what does your deceased loved ones want to share with you. I'm only doing three decks this time. They weren't too happy with me, but I'm like, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. So let's begin. So 1, 2, and 3. What you're going to want to do is look in the description box and see if anybody in there resonates with you, and then click on that from there. And I want to thank all of you who have donated decks to me, and it helps to really keep these readings very detailed. And those who have gotten readings from me, whether they are readings I don't really do readings like this for clients for mediumship. I just talk to them over the phone. And that is $100 an hour. And an hour is definitely more than enough time to, communicate with your loved ones. And or the love readings, which if you follow my channel, you know what they're about. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. And once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. All right, so let's begin. Number 1. All right. So this one's Peacock, Prosperity. Let go. I am with the rest of the family, guiding children, positive expectations, the Sun card, gentleness, hope, love for humanity, 8 of water, surrender to complete healing, sacred vision, keep your dreams alive. Let me move some of these. And happy, happy. And I forgot to add these in, and they are calling to me. So let's use these ones as well. Relationships. All right, let me tune into the energy here. See who we got going on. This person is very happy that you have found this video. They said it took great doing, but they're like, well, here we are. This is a gentle man. Like, he's very much in tune with his feminine side, but he is not feminine. He's just very much got this calm, loving energy. And I guess that's why I was drawn to take this one out. And it says relationships. This person is saying that they've seen that you have been in a lot of relationships. And that what I'm hearing is they've been less than satisfying. And he says that's all right. And the energy that I'm getting is kind of like a brother that's talking to a sister. He says that he watches over you a lot. Like he's one of, he says he has a vested interest in you. He says on the other side, he's like, you're his peacock. He relishes in, it's kind of like telling others that he knows you. And they're like, that's one of my charges. That's one of the ones I take care of. And that was my sister in my most recent past life. He says he admires you for letting go of the things that you've been able to let go in your life since he has gone. He says that you've really been able to flourish and grow and expand. And you've really opened up your spiritual self. He's very proud of that. And he wasn't really a spiritual person in life. But he sees what you've done and how far you've gone. And he's pointing me in this card's direction here, if I can grab it. It says, guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. I'm hearing him say something about schooling, going to school. And he says, because he can see what you've been doing, even on your own inner healing, that you're healing your, that inner child wounds that you had. And he's just so very proud of you. And he's pointing out this gentleness. It says, the Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. And that's what I kind of feel like his energy is. Like I said earlier at the beginning, his energy is very gentle and like soothing. And he's pointing me to this positive expectations. He's saying that he wants you to have higher expectations for yourself and your future. Because he's pointing out that this says positive expectations, but look how dark the card is. Not the border, but the inside is kind of like that raw potential. You have this raw potential in you, and he wants you to utilize that. Like the blackness of space. It's like the thing that manifestation is made of. He says with your blooming spiritual growth and being able to let go of things that you couldn't while he was here has brought this sacred vision, this higher purpose that you have, and it's possibly helping children in some way. He says you have the love for humanity that you would need. Maybe you want to be a social worker and to help, if I can grab this, to help children, to guide children. Yeah, he just beams like a peacock on the other side. That was my sister. It's very lovely. And then now he's pointing me to this one. It says, surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And he says, that's what you're doing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Because you definitely, with this card, have the desire to move on. It says a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. So definitely take this opportunity. Whatever you're thinking about, going into or merging, as far as career-wise, or maybe even just volunteering. I don't know what it is, but he's saying, you know, go for it. You got this. And he's saying this message is not necessarily for you, but it is for one of your family members. It says, I am with the rest of the family. I don't feel that you would feel attached to that message, but someone else is going to. So if you would be so kind as to pass that along. He's saying something about your guys' mother. Like, let her know that, you know, family did come to greet him when he passed over. And he just wants to reiterate how much he has enjoyed, you know, fanning out his peacock feathers and saying, that's my sister. He says he feels complete with it, and that he is very excited that you did find him today, and that he is excited to see, you know, how you unfold for yourself and for others. He's like, my work might have been done this time around, but your work is definitely not done. So once again, I hope that was helpful. Join me again on Medium of the Light Tarot, because if this didn't resonate with you, the next time around just might. All right, so this is number 2. Just writing some notes here. All right. Number 2. We've got the hair, which is cycles. Yes. I was met by so many loving people. The High Priestess. Inner Child. The Nine of Swords. Moon cycles. Spirit. Honesty. The Ten of Earth. Surrender your fear of change. Downloads and understanding. Clear out the old, and here and now. I'm just going to pull an extra one here. I forgot. Not necessarily feeling the pull to do it with this particular number 2, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. Let me tune into the energies here. What does your deceased loved one want to tell you? This is a young woman who's coming through. She has a really great energy. She's very high vibrational. She's saying with this one that she took great pride in her hair. She thought her hair was nice. And this, you know, kind of brings home her hair obsession. She's saying here with this yes card that something about when she passed over, she could have come back. There was a small possibility for it. And that she was gone very quickly, like it was some kind of an accident. But she's like, trust me when I say it was divinely ordered. So she's saying, yes, it was time for her to go. And she's telling me that in life, she had a lot of friends. She was very sociable. She got out a lot. She's saying something about sleepovers. Maybe this is someone who was more of like preteen, teen, especially with the sleepovers and kind of the way she's acting. She's pointing me to this inner child, and I think that kind of answers what I was saying. It's kind of like she was still a child. Inside, she was still a child. You know, but she was starting to blossom into a woman or a young lady. She was saying something about that she was so beautiful, some people were like, oh my gosh. And that boys would become tongue-tied around her. And when she was younger, she had self-esteem problems. And she said that really kind of helped boost her ego. She's saying something about here about she had just started her period for the first time, because it's talking about moon cycles. It says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestation, and capitalize upon these cycles. Yeah, she's showing me like she was blossoming into a young woman. She was very excited about it. But she says when she got an opportunity to go back to spirit, she did not hesitate. Like the excitement that she felt for this new phase of her physical life paled in comparison to what she experienced when she passed. So there's a little bug on me. Or a gnat, I should say. That's a bug. Maybe there's a bug connection. Remember, had a bug come hang out with me while I am doing a reading like this. She said sometimes she had trouble with honesty. That as she was reaching this stage, this new phase of her life, she did tell lots of what she calls as white lies. And she's kind of showing me with her energy like her brain was kind of scrambled because of all the new surging hormones. And so it made it hard for her to, you know, keep that honest communication. Because she wanted to have a lot of freedom. She was very much into her freedom. And with this 10 of Earth here, it says, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. She's saying she didn't have a whole lot of worries in her life, in this short life. She says she was well taken care of. She was very much loved. She's saying here that she wants you to surrender your fear of change. It says the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. And she's interjecting and saying, and she felt cared for in life, always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. That's a powerful message from her. Because it kind of like mirrors how she feels and how she wants you to feel. And there's this Lady Venus. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. And it says downloads and understanding. And she was saying that for you to get here, you're ready for that next spiritual phase, or maybe even an awakening. She's like, I understand that you want to be here right now, here and now. But she's saying that she can be in both places now, the past and the future. She's saying that she wants you to clear out the emotions that you stored in your physical body through this grief of losing her, and clear out the old. She wants you, because I'm feeling like when she passed, it caused you and your partner to separate. And she's really kind of going and repeating that she wants you to move, going into these cycles as well. That this is a new cycle for you. This is a new phase, and she wants you to embrace it and clear out the old. She's saying new things are unfolding for you more than you could have ever imagined. And she says right now there's no way you can even imagine. She wants you to know that she's working on her angel wings, getting them. And what I'm hearing her say is reinstall them. But she wants you to, be open to, spiritual downloads and understanding that you didn't have previously, like spontaneously coming to you. And she says that is, a part of how she wants to help you to move forward. She said she's not gone. She watches you all the time. She watches the family. And I think she's saying something about having smaller siblings and that she watches them as well. She loves you and thanks you so much for coming here. She's very proud. And then now she's talking about her hair again. She really liked her hair. All right. Thank you for joining me. So now we are going to move on to number 3. Fruit bat, kindness. Take action. If I only had known what I know now, I would have lived differently. Compassion, beauty, the 4 of Cups, clairvoyance, self-love, rainforest, the Queen of Fire, surrender, denial, heart awakening, seek beauty, and exchanging gifts. Let me tune into the energy here. Ah, yes, they're reminding me that I had forgotten to pull one for this, so I'm going to do this now. It says self-esteem. Okay, now it's saying this person who's coming through wants to, nice, limitlessness. This is a much older man. He says around 69 when he passed. And he's talking about how beautiful he thinks you are. And he's saying with the self-love card, he's like, I wish that you loved yourself as much as I love you. He says because he's been working so hard with you that you are developing a clear audience, your clear audience as far as hearing. Oh, clairvoyance, sorry. It says the Archangel Raziel. Sorry. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. And that's interesting because he was just talking about your beauty and self-love. Let me get another drink here. He's pointing me to this one. And it says kindness. It's very small, but it's right there. He sees how kind you are to people and how much you are kind and you don't always get it back. And he's like, but you're such an optimist that you just kind of la 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 on your way. Because I think too, and this is interesting, there's self-esteem and self-love. He says he's really proud of you on how you have moved yourself forward. Because I almost feel like this is like grandfather energy talking to a granddaughter. It says rainforest. And he's showing me like a scene where you guys would run through, like during the summer, a water hose out in the yard. So you guys like to play in the water. And now he's showing me like a lake where you guys would kind of put your feet in there. Roll up your pants and put your feet in there. He's saying that you guys would exchange gifts, like you guys would leave little gifts around the house for each other. And he's saying that they wouldn't necessarily look like gifts, and only you and him would know that it was a gift for the other. You know, everyone would be like, well, why is there a rock on the kitchen table? You know, that sort of thing. And he's kind of like transmitting energy to you. That's why he wasn't talking. Because, of course, saying that, you know, he's excited that you're opening up your spiritual gifts. And, you know, so you can see him, hear him, feel him with you. And this must be the first one that you can see first is, you know, the vision of it. And for some reason, I keep saying the words wrong on this one, so I'm assuming it must be multiple of your psychic skills opening at the same time, which is natural. It makes sense to me. You're not just going to have like one psychic skill awaken at a time, generally. And then here he's talking about this heart awakening. Because he's showing you like, you know, you're a young lady now. And he's just so excited about who you've become. And he's like, boys are going to break your heart, but don't let that stop you. And don't let self-esteem and self-love go if these, you know, boys play with your heart. Because he's like, remember, you're the only one who can let them play with your heart. He says, you don't quite understand how limitless you are at this current time. And he's talking about with this heart awakening here and developing these psychic skills, you're going to be able to take action to become limitless. And it's interesting because I just noticed this, or he just pointed it out to me, that, you know, especially since you are a young woman, you know, you've got the self-love, the self-esteem, and then you've got two cards of beauty. Beauty and seek beauty. So he's trying to reiterate, you know, don't let someone else's ideas sway who you are. Doesn't matter if they like you one minute and they don't like you the next. He's like, he wants you to surrender to the denial that someone else's voice about you matters more than yours. It says, accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly, excuse me, and make the best decisions. That makes sense. And he's just saying, just because I'm not here in the physical anymore doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of wisdom and compassion that he wants to give to you. He says one of his main goals with this Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Wands in the traditional deck, it's a confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful queen. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. And then look at that. How confident she looks. She's like, I got this. This is a really powerful read. He really wants to know, or wants you to know, how amazing and special you are. And then he's saying with this one here, it says, if I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. And he wants you to have that opportunity. And he's like, through your self-esteem and your confidence in yourself, no matter what, you're going to go far. And he says he's going to continue to make sure that you do so. What I heard is something like, it's like a greeting he would say to you all the time, like, here's Grandpa, or something. There's some kind of saying he would always say to you. Of course, I can't remember what it is. It's like, here's Grandpa. Something like that. Excuse me. Yeah, so this is about love, self-confidence, limitlessness right here. And don't be in denial that someone else has a better grip on who you are and what you're capable of doing than you. And I just heard him say, Grandpa out. All right, I hope that was helpful. That was a darling read. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe, because I love to hear how this resonated with you guys. Because, of course, I know that not every read is going to resonate with everyone, because how many people have been on this planet, are going to be on the planet, you know what I'm saying. Past, present, future humans, whatnot. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again on Medium of the Light Tarot.